So I'd like to give you all an update on my 2023 Model 3 that has 20,000 miles on it, what I like about it and what I absolutely hate about this, and why I kind of regret buying this car. Key cheesy intro music. This has been scraped a couple of times, and not by my wife because she's an amazing driver. I apparently am not. You can see the little curb rash that you can get easily on these rims, which is kind of annoying. It's actually super annoying. Is as completely amazing and cool as these are, they are so confusing to everyone else to have to push this to get it to open and then grab. It's supposed to be instinctual, but it doesn't to most people, even after they've gotten it. It looks so slick in black, but at night, I wish there was some type of lighting when you got close to it, or something. People just like, I don't understand, and they can't see it, so they don't know what to do. So after 20,000 miles, you can see that it is still looking pretty nice. I do try to take care of the car. I mean, I do have these really industrial rubber mats that are all weather. We live in a snowy climate, and all that salt gets in here. These are a little bit worn, but you know, generally I don't mind the seats. They feel really nice. Also, when you come in here, you look at these. This does not come standard. You have to get this extra. And it slides when you accelerate and brake, which is fine. You can charge your phone on these little gadgets. I don't use it generally though, because it doesn't give that good of a charge. Obviously you can see everything's looking very clean. Let's go in the back. Now this is a bit of a craziness because I do have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, but it's still looking pretty clean. It's definitely held up its niceness. The widget on my phone, since it's on my home screen, that's my beautiful wife, it's really convenient, like this button right here, which is all interchangeable for what you want. This is now going to heat up the car, which in this weather, as you can tell, is definitely a massive plus. So it is going to be heating up my car. You got your trunk. I can also do some fun stuff. Yep, it definitely farts. And this is all interchangeable. As you can tell, you have the custom, you can drag it in here, or you can just use it from the app itself, just like this frunk space that you actually have. It is nice to have an extra storage space. I'm into judo, so I have an extra judo bag over here, and you can tell how big this thing is, so you can tell the amount of depth. I basically keep this as a just in case, because I don't like to open and close this, because these are very, very dentable. Tell you that you have to use this to close it because it's so easy to dent these. I try not to use the frunk that much because of that reason. Having this app on my phone has really changed the way that I look at the driving experience. Phone is actually the key to the car, which makes everything so seamless, to the point where when I walk up to the car, it unlocks itself, and when I walk away, it completely locks itself. I don't even keep my keys on me anymore. I actually keep them in my console. It's quiet. It is so nice, and for somebody who tends to drive a lot, anywhere from 30 to 50,000 miles a year, this is so comfortable, so nice, and if it was a little bit more soundproof, this would just be such a comfortable ride. This is the sports mode. My head flew back. I'm not doing that for an effect. It's just how it works. I took my foot off the gas because this just goes ridiculously fast. And to know that there is a third option called ludicrous mode, you just can't beat this type of immediate acceleration. It is way too much fun and way too easy to get in trouble with. Also, the steering. The steering, by having the options, can turn into a sports car in no time at all. And this is only a Model 3. It's amazing how you can have whatever type of drive that you really want. So if I want to have a really fun, sporty experience, and my wife doesn't want to have that at all and just wants to relax on her drive to work, you can do that with just one click of a button and your profile settings. Another amazing factor about this car is the regenerative braking, and the best way to describe this is, if you've ever driven a golf cart, it works like that. I take my foot off the gas and the car slows down. Because it's regenerative braking, it's not actually using the brake. This car is practically maintenance free. I don't have to worry about oil. I don't have to worry about transmission fluid. There's no fluid in this car that I have to worry about except for window washer fluid. This thing parks now, as it can see that I'm going into a lane, and look at that. Look at the lines. I don't even have to look at the road to see where I'm lining up. You can tell I didn't do a very good job. Also, the update has really helped out this imagery. As you can tell, you can see that I have some poles out here from my carport, and it's actually seeing all the problems. But when I get a text message, it reads it off to me really well. When I do the talk to text, it understands me better than any car I've ever been in, and sometimes even better than certain phones that I've owned. I need directions to Walmart, and as you can see, it's pulling it up now, showing me the best directions and how much percentage that I am going to end up using. Now, why else did you get this car? Did you get it because it was better for the environment? Me being able to push down 2 times turns into this nice blue line, and this thing is pretty much driving itself. Depending on who you are, you're either really excited about having a self-driving car, or you're really nervous about it. For me, was extremely excited. When it went to go take a turn, I was like, oh God, is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it? And it did it, and it did it better than I would. I mean, frankly, this car drives better and safer than I ever have. Do I trust the car? About 90% of the time, I trust this car on the highway. It does really, really well. The fact that now it has the city driving, I only trust it about 75% of the time. Why is that? One, it's experience. I've seen the car like try to avoid certain things, and it doesn't know what to do in certain situations because they are still testing out the full self-driving idea. Also, if the roads are not well marked, well, then the car's not going to do very well in those conditions. It doesn't know what to do. It's trying to follow the rules of the road. It feels so smooth until it breaks. People have come up my butt really fast because this car sees things that's not really there, and it's being super safe about the situation. The phantom braking it's really, really bad, to the point where I'm like doing this with my head every time it happens, that it's trying to follow the rules of the road and the way that you're supposed to drive. There's a camera right up here that's looking at my eyes. I'm actually paying attention to the road. So if I start playing with this for too long, not looking at the road, at one point, this thing is definitely gonna get mad at me and think, hey, you're not paying attention to the road. You actually have to do something. Please make sure. And of course, it's not going to do it because, oh, there it is right there. Please pay attention. And if I do that too much, well, then it's going to get really mad at me and lock me out of the system. Violate this system too much, it will cut me off. But it's a little too tight. And it gets kind of annoying when you have a 5-strike policy, because it will basically ground me if I do not follow the rules 5 times in a row. And the minute that I get a strike, it takes away the self-driving mode for the rest of the drive. I have to literally put the car into park, restart it, and get it going again before I'm allowed to use that. Features being taken away from you, they take away other ones, like the lane detection agent. When I have this on here and I'm driving the car and it drifts off into another lane, well, it's gonna beep. And it beeps aggressively and loudly at you, which really wakes you up and is an amazing feature. I think that is beautiful, especially for people who are texting and driving and shouldn't be, obviously, or watching a video. If you do it too much, it will take it away from you. Now, I paid for this car. I paid for these features. I want to have the safety features. Why are you acting like a parent that is taking away my privileges when I obviously, at the moment, really, really need them? Pretty annoying and gets me from loving this car to hating it in 0.2 seconds. See, now those are the beeps of the full self-driving may be degraded. I've already heard this. I understand it. I'm paying attention. I really don't need to hear it over and over and over again. And that's the problem. As much as I love this car, it tends to be annoying with its features. A little problem that I've had that apparently has no way to be fixed except to go to Tesla. If you look at this, it has said since December, it is now January, it's over 3 weeks old, that it hasn't been able to change the sensor. And the problem is that I have done everything I can to fix it without going to Tesla, and the reason why I don't want to go to Tesla is because it is a minimum 2 hours away. That is the closest facility that I have to be able to have this actually fixed. So here's the real question: would you buy another one? And my answer is, I don't know, because I love the concept of this car. I love the fact that I'm saving a lot of money on gas. And when I say gas savings, there's a lot in comparison, especially if you're charging up at home. It's 4 times less to charge my Tesla at home than it is on the superchargers, which in general is actually bad for the battery if you do that often anyway. I wanted this car for one reason and one reason only, and what that was is to have full self-driving. I was so excited about the idea of being able to text on my phone, watch a movie, and just end up at a location, especially because of the amount of driving that I do year-round, anywhere from 30 to 50,000 miles a year. As a traveling speaker, entertainer, it is so boring and you get so done with just driving. And I've had to do some doozies where, like, I have driven 10 hours a day for a week straight. It really wears on you after a time. So that's the problem. It's not there yet. This isn't a full self-driving car. It's really great at assisting you and making my drive a hell of a lot easier, but I still have to pay attention, and then I have to deal with the annoying things when it's not really working. I love the car. I love the concept of the car. I love the minimalistic ideas of it, but some of those things are just making me be on the fence of whether or not I'd really like to get another one. And at the moment, I just don't know. I'm leaning towards I would get another one. I have regretted buying the Tesla for a couple of reasons I did not know. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed and got a lot out of this.